Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the other vehicle that was produced for the Shadows of the Empire line. I know that is not very well liked or appreciated, but if you read the book, and I like to read books, if you read the book, I think it's well written. The author is really someone who made a great book, and it's still a lot of things happening there, so you could really imagine that this is made into a movie. Plus on top they produced a few of the toys for that toy line, and yeah, it's I just recommend to read the book first, and if you like the book, maybe you will also appreciate the toys a little bit more. I already made a video about the Outrider from Dash Rendar, one of the new guest stars in that book. And here what they also produced was the Swoop bike, they called it. Played a little bit of a role there in the attack. There's a bit of rowdies. They go after Luke and try to attack him or kill him even. What was, I think, quite interesting at that time, this type of front part here. For me, growing up with a speeder bike from Endor, it looks like, why is now bend everything? Yeah, why before it was straight, it looked very nice, and now they have it so funky-ish. Yes, red, and somehow it was unusual for me. But well, my opinion is that later exactly this style appears in, I think, in the prequel movies and maybe on some other movies, or the Clone Wars. They also use this kind of bikes. Yeah, and here they call it Swoop bike, is rather for youngsters, I think, to get around. It seems to be a cheaper speeder bike for youngsters on Tatooine. And I think Luke said he also used one of the Swoop bikes in when he was a kid or something in the book. Yeah, so it's the coloring is a bit too colorful, so you see that this is made from a comic book or from an animation or from a computer game or from a book. Yeah, so for me it looks a bit too colorful, this red. But on the other side, it's yeah, it's from a computer game, right? So it's still, I find it still quite okayish. The driver, a bit muscular. They were supposed to be the rowdies and funky punks. I don't know. Does he look like that? He looks more like a disguised Empire person or something. But anyway, is quite good. When it's standing here on these the legs. It's actually the engine boosters, because when it's driving, you can put it like this, and then you don't have anything to stand on. You can really only drive, and this is the thrusters. Is quite an interesting idea. Yeah, like if you use it for standing, it's more like, it looks a bit like a duck for me, or something. Yeah, with legs here. But if you do it like this, then it's it really is like, wow, yeah, it's hovering. I could imagine it's kind of a fun when you play with it. Yeah. Then you have here a rocket even on the side, and you can open these wings here, and then you can, I think everything at the Power of the Force was about the rockets things, which I think in the original parts, original Kenner Star Wars toys, they seldom used. I think after the things, what happened with Boba Fett's rocket there, I think they didn't use much of the rocket thing anymore. But in the 1990s, it was a big thing. And here you can see you have the rocket here, and you can press the little button, and then it moves. Yeah, the rockets are very big. I think that is so that kids cannot swallow it. It's maybe a good thing. So, and yeah, that's it. Actually, this Swoop bike, I think it's quite okayish. Yeah, it's a bit too colorful for me. But other than that, if you read the book, it's just like, wow, I just read about that in the book, and it appears, I think, also in one of the games. Then you have a different connection to it somehow, and I find it okayish. Not as good as the Outrider from Dash Rendar. He really looks like the vintage style, but because of this front fork, or whatever you call that, is I think they adapted that in later parts in the prequel and so on. So I think it's quite cool. Could imagine I would play with that in combination with a speeder bike, and this looks more robust, would not easily explode as the speeder bikes. But yeah, it's one of the two toys that were released, vehicles that were released for the Shadows of the Empire. And I thought this is, after reading the book, I found that is a quite nice story. So please read the book. Please like my videos, and please leave some comment. What do you think about this? Have you played with it, with the Swoop bikes, or do you think you would? Or is that something where you say, no, this is not Star Wars-y enough? Thanks for watching.